All right, here we go. Back at it again, getting you set for some more action coming up this weekend. Saturday, we're going to focus in on the Maryland Breds. It's a huge thing they have there at Laurel Park. Maryland Millions. They have all these different races. They're not great at stakes, but it is very competitive and a chance to get some value. So we'll take a look at two races in particular, the Turf, and then, of course, the Classic, which will be on the main track. Let's go. Race number 4 on Saturday, mile and an eighth, Maryland Millions Turf. You can see you have 13, but you know you're going to get what, 8? That's as many as they can take on that turf course. But within the 8, there's a lot happening. Davy Jones to the inside, going to sit, try to make that move. Has never run at this level before, but gets Special K, Horatio Caramanos in the irons. That always makes a difference. Crabs and Beer to the inside. Another runner, going to sit off the pace, likes to close, doesn't really have much early speed. Sky's Not Falling, likes to sit off the pace, doesn't really have exceptional early speed, but does have the ability to control if everybody else kind of rolls out of the gate with no assertive action whatsoever. Goodbye Note. Very few efforts on the turf, but when they did run on the turf, they showed speed, so that's interesting. Magical Mondays, stepping up in class, will be trying to close. Not bad. I don't know if a mile and an eighth is going to be to their liking, but we'll see if they can handle the stretch out. Jack's Legend. Another runner that wants to sit just off the pace. Maybe they can get involved. I don't know about that. You Know Nothing is a horse that's intriguing. We'll come back to that one. And then there is Zevon. Now, there's some speed to the outside, maybe. They've been forwardly placed. They've kind of been in the mix, but they're not that fast. So there's not a tremendous amount of pace in the race. So I want a runner that can sit close enough, but yet has a great closing kick. So they don't have to use a lot of early speed. But when things get kind of crazy, they'll be right there making the move. Turning back in distance, You Know Nothing is our selection. Last 2 times out, going a mile and a half, now turning back to a mile and an eighth, putting the blinkers on. The combination of those things, I believe, puts You Know Nothing into the winner's circle because the turn back means they've got no problem with their stamina, right? This is now third start off the layoff. They went a mile and a half the last 2 times out. Now they're going a mile and an eighth. Going a mile and a half, they were closer to the pace. Okay, now they're going to be a little bit further back, but their turn of foot, their kick is incredible. Blinkers on means they may not be as far back as you would expect, and I just like their consistency. So You Know Nothing is our selection in the turf. Then we move on. Race number 11. That's going to be your classic race. On the main track, mile and an eighth. Same situation here. You're going to get 8 runners. You do have an also to the outside, but they're only going to take 8 in the gate. It's going to be race number 11 on Saturday. And this is interesting. Once again, these are all Maryland breds, right? So you're going to see if they can step up to this level of competition. Inside is going to be Magutu, right? That one has got something to offer. They want to close from off the pace. And they're trying to kind of get back into it. They were third last time out, second 2 starts back. I expect they'll be in the mix. They just don't have enough punch to make the difference. Barbadian Runner. This is another runner, doesn't have any speed, but stretches out from 7 furlongs now to a mile and an eighth. So they might be more forwardly placed. That makes them interesting. Hit the Road Jack has some speed, should be forwardly placed, not dictating the pace, but forwardly placed is completely different than dictating the pace because Secret Zipper dictates the pace. That's your speed. Post time, we'll come back to you. Blue Kingdom, that's some speed. Sacred Thunder, pressing style and now stretching out, probably might be a bit more involved, but doesn't necessarily have the speed of the other 2 horses that I mentioned. Feeling Woozy has some speed. And then if they possibly draw in all the hard ways, also has some early speed. So there's not a tremendous amount of early speed, but there's enough to set it up for number 5, Post Time. And this horse is probably going to be a ridiculously short price favorite. There's no getting around this horse. This runner loves the distance, likes this level, is faced so much better, and is beaten so much better. And here's the thing that really makes Post Time just hard to get past. This runner is 10 for 10 on the main track at Laurel Park. This horse owns that track. It's going to be really tough to beat this runner, and I don't think they can. So we'll keep it simple like that. We'll go with the runner that loves the surface, right? Has no problem getting it done. Post Time is your runner. All right, that'll do it. keeping it super simple as we get you set for the weekend with Maryland Millions action coming up from Laurel Park. Two runners that are probably going to be short price, but it's just one of those things I kind of want to take a look at these two races. I think they could be intriguing, if not bringing a lot of value. Still going to be nice races to watch. All right, that's going to do it for us. In the meantime, between time till next time, we'll see you here on Horse Race Bets. I'm Ken Rudolph. Good luck and enjoy whatever you're into.